Hello, everyone. We're back with the mystery streams.
It's about damn time.
It's been, I feel like I want to say it's only been a month, but it's been probably like two. we
Yeah, it's been a long time, a really long time.
we got really busy.
Yeah, life got wild there for a hot minute.
It was crazy. Yeah. I wasn't even living in my home for a full month, so
Damn.
it's been a whole time. But
Yeah.
yeah, we are back and we are going to jump into a puzzle mystery classic, which is Myst. It's a super old game. I think the original came out early 90s. I think it was like 93. Um, but it's been remastered since then. But yeah, I've only heard good things about this game, but I don't really know anything else about this game. So, yeah.
Yeah, not a clue. I'm very excited though.
Yep. Um, that's about all I got. So I guess we can get going. All right. New game. Puzzle randomization. Select your puzzle solution preference. If you're new to Myst, we recommend selecting classic. Okay. I guess this is if you want to like replay or something like that. So you don't have to play the same puzzles again, I guess.
Mm,
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, the questions about whose hands might one day hold my book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
I like his voice.
Yeah. He has an accent that I'm not sure what it is. It was a little bit like the narrator at the beginning of The Haunted Mansion. It
Oh my gosh, yes.
it had some sort of quality to it that reminds me of that.
I could totally see that.
Okay. I'm gonna
I like
make
ethereal.
sure. Display. There we go. Dialogue, subtitles, gameplay context. I'm gonna turn those on for now. We'll see if that's something we definitely want or not. Okay. What was our boat? What happened?
I
We
was
pulled up.
just in the ocean.
We pulled up like Jack Sparrow style.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just rewatched that movie. It's so good.
I freaking love the first one. Is so good.
Yes.
Don't know what that does, but I'm gonna pull it. Okay. I can pull it again, apparently. Okay. What's up here? Really big cogs. Okay.
Nice.
Oh. Okay.
My boss pulled into the office today with a trailer with just one giant ass tire on it. It was so, I think it was for a tractor or something, but it was so big and there was just one.
Just one.
What are you doing?
That
I don't
trailers
know
are
the
already
story.
super hard to like control. I feel like having one
Oh, not
tire.
like not like on the trailer. It was like on the trailer. Like he went and picked up a tire
Oh, just one
using
giant
a
tire.
trailer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
The trailer had 4 tires.
Okay, I was like, that would be wild. Okay.
Ooh,
Okay. What is
seems
this?
sketchy. Like a time machine.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't want to do anything quite yet with that. Okay.
Oh, I bet we're gonna write these down.
Potentially. Let's turn them all on. Is this doing anything? Oh, it's our boat.
That's really weird. What's on the top of the column? Oh, nothing. I thought there was
Yeah.
one. That's something else. Yeah.
Not yet, at least. Maybe after we do something. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. None of these seem to do anything, and I... like, okay. Don't like this building.
This is horrible. Looks like the upside down. No, it looks like Resident Evil.
It looks like what?
Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah. Definitely see that.
No. What is this?
Power to ship. Generator switches.
Oh,
Okay. Interesting. So if we, I mean, there's no power going to the ship now. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll come back to this, I guess, because that seems like something you have to know what you're doing.
yeah.
What's this tiny house? Okay, just like a 3-digit number. Pumpkin spice latte. I. Is this something we want to do? What are we actually moving?
I don't know.
What the heck? Okay, I can't walk around it.
It's the tree.
Interesting. Okay. Seems like one of those games. It's just going to be like a lot of questions at first.
Probably.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for a time.
Mhm. Ooh. All right.
So, do we need to switch those on individually, I guess? Once we get the power going? Potentially.
Maybe. Looks like a rocket ship.
Yeah. It's very, very Fallout New Vegas to me. Okay, not going in there. Okay, what's this big building? This is very Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. So you haven't seen the new movie yet?
I haven't. I have not. You're the first person that said anything one way or the other about it to me. I haven't heard really anybody
I
talk
think
about it.
it's like very recently on Disney Plus.
Mm. Gotcha.
Yeah. Make your own mind up about the story, and I was distracted, but
Yeah.
I do want to watch it again. But ooh, um, lots of references to the ride. It was cool.
Huh. So it can like snap in on.
What the heck?
Hello. What just happened? Are we turning that thing up there, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because we still can't get into the ship, so okay.
Can we get up to that thing?
Maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. So... Okay. Oh?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. It told me
What?
to take a picture with spacebar, I think is what it said. Yeah, press spacebar to take a picture. Why do I want to be doing that?
Of what? Of this?
Yeah, when I walked into this building, it prompted me to turn the camera on and take a picture. So okay, I don't.
That's so weird. At the doorway?
Yeah.
Maybe we take a picture of that.
Oh, of this? Okay. I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I'm eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower pass to the village level, approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. Ugh. But what a surprise, this creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings, which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees, where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I'm not sure. How did they stop the island from sinking? I wouldn't even know what to begin to do.
Yeah.
This is a story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there, and the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while, he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally, he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off of the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body, he had fallen onto a lower level of the walkway, and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. This morning I awoke finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Achenar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind, as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow. Oh my gosh. It's so long.
There.
Okay, I'm leaving tomorrow to check on Osmolean age. Cirrus has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Also, Avery is here. Hello, Avery. I almost cried seeing your notification pop up. It's been a while.
Aw, you're so sweet.
It has been a minute, but we are back. We're playing Myst. It's a classic mystery puzzle game, but we don't really know what's going on yet. We've only just started. So, and I am reading a very long book. It's interesting though. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Coctic. This is like reading every fantasy novel at the beginning where it's just a bunch of words that you're like, sure.
I know.
I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Achenar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Achenar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again, and for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Achenar are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Achenar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken, although they only remembered her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Cirrus and Achenar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoyed hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and I'm reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understood why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colors. Ooh. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to the Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. So,
they're like time traveling.
There's definitely some time traveling happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the very first thing we found was well, it's probably a time machine.
Yeah.
All right, buckle in. Here we go.
All gonna be like little novels.
I don't know. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, she's long. Oh, but we have symbols.
God, we love a good journal, though. Okay.
All right. All right.
It's just all.
Rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least, that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Oh, what? Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. You tried to write something into the world. Okay. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoying it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon, which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain had never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light toward the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. Is that the thing we're turning at the top?
Maybe.
I returned with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I have had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. Okay, the boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art that will have a more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written. I think, I guess. Stone Ship Age, bird's eye view. Huh. Okay, I think of this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and shoving me new materials they have discovered. Showing me. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet, I have noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years.
Wild.
Yeah. So I guess... Oops. I don't know if we can access our own pictures, but...
Totally, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we need to be taking this on our phone.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back if we need to. Oh my god, there's 3 more!
Yeah.
Are they all super long? Oh, this one is straight up just stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but it's that.
That's the thing. Wow.
Did you see, like...
A way to lift it?
Oh, shit. What?
Can you click the brick?
No. Oh?
Oh,
Oh, hello.
Oh gosh, golly.
Gosh golly, indeed. All right, well, we know that's there. All right, do we read these other two books? I feel like we should.
We need to, it's just a lot of exposition tonight. You're
Yeah.
an excellent narrator.
Okay. All right. Let me get a sip of tea. All right. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly, I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh, and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet, that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north, hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin, and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again, the feeling, and I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to an unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a mist linking book with me when I return, in case the one left there has been destroyed or damaged. I've returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently, the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of the world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Okay. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack, and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Huh. Okay. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created, and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cirrus and Achenar and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials, however. It seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I will be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within 1 year. I so love working with my hands, nothing writing, whether writing or building. I began today on the bridge, and although... and then it fades away. And will work well, and I have decided to... 3 meters is not enough support for the beams. Amazingly strong. Okay. All right. I'm leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Akinar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteors set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I have just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. And a piano, which we're gonna find somewhere at some point. Okay, one more. Okay. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. The man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. Excuse me. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save this civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I have begun work on a plan for protection. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky here was like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my visits to Aspermere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. Okay. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and have begun work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the Tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. Okay. Whew. So, this is different now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel. I don't love that.
Oh, interesting. You can go back and forth.
It is interesting. Okay. An elevator? Can we use it? Library. No. Okay. $59 volts. Huh. Oh, okay.
This is what was moving.
Yeah. Or at the very least, we're just like at the top of the building. Alright. Well. I don't know. Oh, the door. I want to try one of those like grid patterns.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So how do I have
Pull
to hit?
that one.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Do we want to, I guess, just take a picture of this and then we'll try these? I have no idea like what is gonna happen. But we'll see, I guess. All right, so for the first one we have did that do anything?
What do we? It like reset it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Doesn't seem like the order I put them in matters all that much. At least right now.
Okay.
I don't know. Should we try one more just to see if maybe like we're on one at the moment? Let me see. Let me type in the second one.
It just doesn't.
Yeah, nothing.
Happened.
Okay. Well. Yeah, it did turn. Okay.
For what?
I don't know. I don't know. All right.
What does the damage mean?
I don't know. That is certainly not English. With these, they were associated with like star signs, right? Constellations.
Yeah.
But I don't really... We haven't seen constellations anywhere, have we? I'm not like forgetting them. The all these levers we pulled. What the hell do they do?
You think they don't have power?
Yeah. Okay, so maybe there's something with the power that we need to do before we can do anything else. So let's see what we can get going. Maybe, because we could turn the power on, the power to the ship was really low, so maybe that's something that comes later.
The music is horrible.
Yeah, it's very creepy. Yeah, okay. Let's pop these bad boys on. And then go outside. See if anything...
Yeah. Why is it like that in this hallway?
In this creepy tunnel. Hi, Parker. How goes to stay on the island? You know, we're very befuddled at the moment. We've only just gotten here and things are, you know, not making a whole lot of sense yet, but that's okay. They don't have to make sense right away. So this one, oh, it does have a ladder. Okay. Nope, not the space brush.
Huh. You would think that would be the first one.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite game series. Yeah, I've heard only good things about it. And, you know, it's like a classic. What were you saying? There's, like...
Maybe pull this lever? No. Mm-mm. Maybe we're supposed to pull the power in a specific order. Look at the constellation. Are there a certain number of stars? Like maybe 1, 2, 3. No.
Okay, I wanna, now that we sort of know the puzzles that we're looking for, I want to just like flip back through these books to see if anything like catches our attention.
Yeah.
Parker says, as for this particular version of the game, it has one key issue that makes it much more frustrating to players at the start than any of the earlier versions. Oh. Like the
really?
remastered version does? If it's not spoilery or like the answer to a puzzle, then you can share that. You didn't ever see a time mentioned, did you?
No. Mm-mm.
Just this book has a lot of numbers in it. 40, 50, 10, 10, 3. Submersible lamp. Yeah, I don't remember seeing a time or having a time specifically mentioned. Oh, it isn't really a spoiler, but there is a note outside just sitting on a rock that's very easy to pass by without noticing. Oh.
Oh.
Okay,
Wow.
well.
That doesn't sound like some Nancy Drew bullshit.
Yeah, we are familiar with that. Okay, yeah, we did not see a note outside, so let's go find that. Because a couple of old blindos here are not going to see it.
Yeah. We will walk past it so hard.
Over and
forever.
over again. So, oh, yep, look at that.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our 4 chamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Marker switches on the island into the imager.
Is that the pole thing?
I think so. I think it's these pull levers. So let's start at this end.
Thank you for that, Parker.
Yeah. It says that particular note was added in the first version of the game because players in playtesting were just wandering lost. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I can see it.
See why.
Is there one up here? Okay, so assuming it's these, we have one. There's one over there
Oh, okay, yeah.
on the other side. So 2, 3, 4. 5. 6.
There's one down here.
So there's 8 total. One up there and one here.
Is there any in the building?
I don't
No.
think there was. So,
Where do we input the information?
right, he said the 4 chamber.
Oh my god.
We
We
missed
missed it?
that right away. Yeah. Totally didn't
Wow.
even see that button. I think I just thought it was a stairway, like another way up, so I didn't backtrack to look at it. Oh, whoops.
That's wild.
Oh, I like this music. Settings, dimensional imager, topographical extrusion test, marker switch diagram, water turbulent pool. So 47? So where do we input 8? In this?
No. Maybe.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that was surprising.
Destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar. But I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Sirius as well.
Spaghetti, yeah.
I should have known not to have left my library unchecked for so long. I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access key, remember the tower rotation, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it just to be safe.
Sure, because I know how to do that.
I wonder, are we supposed to be Catherine?
I
Or
think so. That's at least we're following in whatever footsteps she would have been.
right,
So-
I'm wondering if we're not Catherine, then she didn't make it here.
Yeah, potentially. So he said, remember the tower rotation.
But can we look at those other things?
Oh, like the
to
other
see what they
numbers.
are? Yeah.
So 40 and 67.
It was on the water one when we came in, I think.
So this is topographical extrusion test.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Parker says if we were Catherine, we would know a lot more about what's going on. It's very true.
That's true. Maybe in all of his journals, he's like, yeah, she chose not to come.
Yeah,
She ain't about this life.
Yeah, I think it was on the water turbulent pool when we first came in.
Yeah.
Could be an amnesia situation. It's true. Also true. A video game favorite. Yep, that's...
I feel like in the 90s, that would have been pretty trippy.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
remember the tower rotation is what he said. Remember that and you'll be fine, he said. Okay.
Whatever that means.
Okay. Do these do anything now? Surely not. Okay. Well, the tower rotation was this thing in here, I believe.
I wonder if. Sorry, I'm just thinking about the fact that they added that note after people playtested it. I think that's interesting because it gives you the clue to look at the switches, but would we have ever like deduced that you have to count the switches and then put that code in? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, maybe eventually, you know, like after who knows how long.
Trying a lot of things.
Right now, the tower is rotated to point at this tree.
You want to go look through the like out of the tower?
Yeah. In early playtesting, that entire underground room didn't exist. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can go upstairs and see if we can like see anything different.
I mean, it will be different because it's facing a different way.
Right. I guess I mean different in like that something we can't see from below.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, was that symbol different? Hold on. Doesn't seem... I bet you we will be able to see some sort of clue or something out of that door, that window that we can't at the moment. No, it's still the book. Okay. All right, let's try the other things then. Ugh, I'm going to do that every time, I think.
That's the only two things you can lock onto.
Oh, but it seems like it rotates.
Yeah, it does.
No matter what. Okay, is there anything out here that would...
Mm,
What's back behind us this way? Is there anything?
is it ocean?
I mean, I'm assuming, but is there anything we could point at over there? Doesn't really seem that way. Well...
Remember the tower rotation. Every time we come up that hill, I see those little power things, and I think that they're deer antlers. Like, oh, there's a deer statue or something.
So yeah, it's just the rocket and that. So is that time maybe?
Oh my God, that's an interesting idea.
So like
Wow.
essentially, yeah, like maybe 7 o'clock. We could try.
Sure.
I don't know. Kind of grasping at straws at the moment.
Yeah, let's see. Or maybe it's 12 or 40. 12:40.
No.
Maybe it's the placement of those things on the thing and not so much the time. I don't know.
Oh, like these levers?
Yeah.
Potentially. We've got to point the tower at something. Surely. What if it's like straight down the middle?
Give it a whirl.
Oh, it's closed.
Oh.
Okay, so
unless you're out of those.
or yeah, or there's just like pre-cut holes in the side that allow you to look out if you're looking at one of those locked on
Right.
spots. Okay, well, when we had it pointing at the rocket, we didn't really see anything, right?
We didn't see anything in either. Maybe we can look at the rocket again, but
One more time, just for the sake of double checking. Just now that we know, like, oh, maybe we'll see something useful outside of there, that we were just kind of like, yep, that's the rocket before. Also, 59 volts. Maybe we're supposed to get power at 59?
In the form of 59, yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just the rocket. Okay. 59 volts. Let's do it. No hints for now, please. Thank you. We will...
We like to struggle for a long time, painstakingly, before we...
Yeah, we we only really ask for hints if we're like just absolutely dying. And when we start snapping at each other and getting mad at each other, I feel like that's when we're like, okay, fine.
It does happen occasionally.
It happens occasionally. Not usually when we're like without a paddle, like lost. You know,
Yeah.
It's only happened, I think, when we've been like struggling to solve a puzzle.
Yeah, specific puzzle.
Oh. Hey, oh, okay.
Okay.
Did that get us something useful happening?
So it was a picture of a key. So what does that mean?
I don't know. um I would assume we'd be able to like see power coming to this. If there was any.
Yeah.
59 volts.
You think something happened in that room where it tells us?
Oh, in this room?
No, in
Oh, in the
room with
tower
key.
room?
Yeah.
Potentially. I also have that 3-digit code. Okay. Let's see if 59 volts changed anything in here. Was that? Yeah, that was upstairs.
Can you do anything that's locked? I guess the rocket is locked.
Hmm.
The the library thing changes
The library
with the
thing changes?
platform. It's the sign for it. It moves with the platform. I don't know what significance that holds. We read. Oh, right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Can you
is that
get
a...
closer? Did your father trap you in a book?
It seemed maybe or something.
Trapped in the age, maybe?
Giggles. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, well, does this one do anything?
Is it the other brother? We had to like decide who to help.
Maybe. Potentially. We love making decisions like that.
We hate it.
Okay.
What do we just...
That I don't know.
Okay. So what do we want to try now?
I'm still confused about this. Not really doing anything.
We've got, okay. The last thing we did was the 59 volts thing, and the key. What key could that be referring to?
I don't know. So what was in here? This was a time machine.
Yeah.
I just don't even know what to type in there to make anything happen. What is significant about that tree?
I don't
know either.
Is there a key symbol? Is one of those a key?
Oh, on here? Bug, snake, eye, bird, cross.
You think that's a cross?
Leaf, arrow.
Like, do you think it's like a chain, like a food chain? There's a cross and an arrow stuff.
Yeah, I do think there's going to be some sort of like order or something to these.
Yeah.
But what that is, I have no idea. Were any of these sort of things mentioned in any of his like stories in a particular order? I don't really remember him mentioning like birds or bugs or...
Yeah. Maybe we can look at the journal where he's got the pictures of these, but It's with stars, and I feel like that's the significance. But
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like that's the sort of puzzle that when you get what you need to use it, it's probably going to be fairly obvious. Power to ship generator switches. I mean, we have it at 59.
I'm so tired. My brain is fuzzy.
I could have sworn when we first turned these on that this dial also was moving.
It's what?
I'm wondering if we missed something in here, so... Does this do anything at 59? No.
You can listen to his message again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it play again, if it'll do that.
Catherine, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Hakanah. But I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. I should have known not to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access key, remember the tower rotation, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. And erase this message after you've viewed it.
The
Just to be safe.
access keys.
Yeah, and he was talking about the books. So... Does one of the book diagrams have the tower pointing in a specific direction? This is the one all about the lighthouse.
Mhm.
It's collecting heat from the chasm north.
It looks like a ship wheel.
Yeah. I haven't seen a piano anywhere, have we?
Mhm.
I don't think so. Not from what I remember. Oh snap, wait. Oh snap, wait, what? Kendall saw something.
Yeah. What?
The book covers are the different landmark thingies in different ages.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like that one with the gear.
Right, yeah, there's the big gear one.
Like,
Um
but what does it do?
I just don't really know what that tells us per se. Have we seen a 3x3 grid anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
There are so many of these. What the heck? Why?
Maybe we do 59.
Okay, sure.
I don't know.
I mean, no, that sounds good to me. Because, like, what else? Does it just go to like 100 or something? No, it just
Holy
keeps going.
shit.
What the heck? Okay. I don't know why. If this is truly what it, like, what we're supposed to do, I don't know how you're supposed to do this, like, or come to this conclusion without, like, it just being kind of a wild guess that you're like, the only number I have is 59, so that's what I'm putting in. Oops.
It's very satisfying to click on these.
Yeah, they make a good sound.
Mm-hmm. They light up. Nothing happened.
No.
Okay.
And yeah, it just sort of goes away.
Well, do we have any other number?
Seems like only certain buildings are on here. Like the little
Yeah.
electrical building is not on here. I am confused.
I'm also confused.
What are we... What does that even do? It's got a picture of the tree there. So it's like, are we turning the tree?
What would that do? Unless there's like a ladder on it or something.
No, I don't think it did anything to the tree.
Some of that steam.
Yeah.
Mental power.
Yeah, we might stop here and then we will really kick off puzzle solving next time as we come back, because I feel like we spent a long time reading.
Lots of lore.
Yes, lots of lore. Alrighty, well, we will call it there, and maybe I'll like wander around off stream to see if I can just, so that we don't have to just wander around the entire time. And then if I find something, I will stop. So
okay. Sounds good.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us and chilling. Thank you, Parker, for the heads up about that note. We appreciate it, because yeah, who knows how, if we would ever have seen it.
Yeah.
Or if somebody else would have had to come and say, hey. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you hopefully next Tuesday around 7. So, bye.
Good night.